So, why now? Like, why now does the travel industry and tourism industry need a big shakeup? And how is Web3 and crypto spearheading this extraordinary change? One of the biggest problems in Web3 right now is finding real use cases for this new technology where the project is actually live and has real users on it. It's very common to hear the mantra, we are the next you fill in the blank of Web3, whether that's the next Facebook of Web3, the next Google of Web3, or the next Call of Duty of Web3. But the issue here is a lot of these projects are still in early development, and although some of them may become behemoths in the future, a lot of the claims are still based on speculations. But today, we have a project that is not only live, but has active users in the hundreds of thousands and is rapidly growing. But they are also paving the way of how Web3 is disrupting the entire travel industry from both the business agency side all the way through to how consumers will book their traveling plans using Web3 capabilities in a very user friendly way. Here with me today is David Fung, the VP of Business Development and Partnerships for Xeni.com. Welcome to the Web3 Mission Possible podcast, David. How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here. Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
Yeah, we're very excited as well. So here we have this very, very unique situation because the travel and tourism industry is expected to bring in, close to $1 trillion, over $900 billion in 2024. So you and everyone at Zenny.com, you guys are disrupting this multi-billion-dollar industry. So it's only fair that we start with this billion-dollar question right here. So, why now? Like, why now does the travel industry and tourism industry need a big shakeup? And how is Web3 and crypto spearheading this extraordinary change?
That's a great question. People have been locked up at home for a couple of years during the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic. Travel is gone crazy. The travel industry is alive, it's booming, and so we want to be able to give regular users either entrenched in the travel space that's been doing it for. I just got off a call with somebody that's travel agency for 41 years
Wow.
to your mom and pop shop or the regular influencer side hustler that's looking to uh, build their brand in travel. So the online travel agencies are run by the big, handful of companies around the world. They're all
Mm-hmm.
publicly traded companies. We want to democratize that access, the ability for you to build your own online travel agency in minutes. All you need is a logo and a banner and register URL name somewhere, and will allow you to have online travel agency being able to resell flights, hotels, car rentals, and local activities online in just a couple of clicks of button, no coding required. And we'll show you how to do that later on in the section. It's really exciting, really giving you access, bringing the access back to the people as away from the big corporations.
I love that. Yeah, I think the whole idea is the democratization and to see a lot of as you mentioned, it's the industry is controlled by pretty much a small handful of really really big players, right? So here you're, as you mentioned, giving the power back to the people. Where now, let's say your everyday mom and pop are able to now create or become entrepreneurs, especially in the travel and tourism space, create their own business. And the thing that's really unique that separates Zenny and from the rest of the competition is that you decided to build on the blockchain, whereas a lot of the current big companies or even companies in general in the travel space are just building in the traditional spaces. So can you touch on why you chose to have a look into the Web3 space and how you felt that it was a good fit now to integrate Web3 and blockchain technology into Zenny?
Well, you know what? Kudos to our founder CEO Sachin Narode to come up with that main idea for Zenny.
Hmm.
And I came on board early with him to help him bring this vision of his with travel onto the blockchain early on to help him build out this company. It's exciting. Real world assets on chain is something that's been talked about recently, and being able to have all this $1 trillion ecosystem that's alive and well today in travel is ripe for disruption, and bringing clarity and transparency to the suppliers and there's so many middlemen in this
Mm-hmm.
business that are taking their cut, and some of these guys don't get paid 30, 60, 90 days later. So the net terms there are just horrific in this industry, and people don't get paid, and it is ripe with fraud in this industry. So the blockchain helps a lot with that, with instant payments and visibility, and a lot of exciting stuff we're gonna do in the future with the blockchain that we may or may not talk about today.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll touch on everything that is currently happening on at Xeni, and of course, we'll dive into the visuals and the demo so that our users could and viewers could actually see everything that we're talking about, and from there on, you can highlight the benefits from both sides of, as you mentioned, people who are looking to create their own travel agency in a matter of minutes with no coding experience at all. They're able to do that, and you're able to show them on the demo. But also on the other side, as a consumer, what's the benefit for the consumer? For example, the transparency. I think that's absolute key, especially the blockchain, and how you're able to see all the different types of transactions that are recorded on it. And that'd be great if you could show that as well. I know that you have your own version of like an ether scan or BSC scan. So just to give people an idea of, some people may not know exactly what that is. So that'd be awesome if you could show that during your live demo as well. So with that, I think this would be a great segue for us to move into the demo. That's just so that everybody can see exactly, the true benefits of what Xeni brings to the travel and tourism space, and then exactly how a lot of the Web3 capabilities are being integrated to, amplify the experience and transparency and the speed of, let's say, the payments and so forth that you're talking about right now. So, I'll pass the stage to you, David. Feel free to share your screen and give us a show of Xeni.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. So let's go ahead and look at if you look at Xeni.com today,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see that it says build your travel brand online, your own brand. So we're a white label OTA solution. OTA stands for online travel agency. Save big with Xeni. There's absolutely no coding required. So in 5 minutes or less, or depends how fast you type, I could get it down to like 2 minutes, but super fast type. I've been doing so many demos. You could launch your own online travel agency in minutes with no coding required. All you have to do is upload a logo, a banner, and if you purchased a URL domain somewhere, you could add that in. It has automated record keeping built in. This is all available to you at Xeni.com to sign in with our pre-negotiated wholesale contracts built into the platform. So we're a tech company that enables you to have a platform to have an online travel agency, kind of like a Shopify for travel agencies, where you could click and you have a storefront to sell flights, hotels, car rentals, and local
Great way to
activities.
explain it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a do-yourself option. Pretty much set it and forget it. There, you have access to all the inventory, all the bookings that on the platform, and it's great for folks. Also, it's not only to help folks make money, but
Mm-hmm.
it's also a way to you to save money on personal travel. Let's say you have a corporation and they've been going online to or a travel agency. Those are retail rates. We allow you to access and really, as a corporation, consume at wholesale rates as well. Right, so it's multiple ways, a way to save money for personal and corporate travel as a company perk, and a way to make money as a alternate stream of revenue to your business if you're not a travel agency, or be your primary uh, stream of income in your travel business. So I'm gonna go here and go into my demo website. So I have this website called NFT Travel. Let me just log
Before you
out of
jump
here.
to that, David, I think a question that a lot of people have is when you mention how you have access to wholesale prices. So where does that data for the wholesale prices? Where's that pulled from?
Yeah, we contracted out with all the vendors out there, the
Okay.
direct or indirect, the wholesalers, the distributors, they call it consolidators in the travel industry. Put it all together, and we have a sorting algorithm where the cheapest hotels will go on the top of the list, because that same inventory is coming from a bunch of different places, and we'll have the sorting algorithm put the least expensive room for that same hotel on top of the queue.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because a lot of people will ask that question, where is the data pulled from, right? Just to make sure that it's something that they can rely on, and it's credible as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I have this website called Energy Travel, the booking.
Hmm.
To show you that it's a Xeni website. This URL could be anything, right? I'm just showing you because this is Xeni powered website, and we have uh, hundreds of thousands of users and hundreds of OTAs out there using Xeni powered engine there. Here's a logo. It says the beginning just ahead. Welcome NFT lovers, save up to 60% on travel. Sign in for free to see the great rates. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. When you first sign in, you can see the dashboard. Now, I use this to all my demos. I'm not charging myself because this is also for personal travel. So for personal travel and in my demos, friends and family too, I don't charge myself commission, but add a little there just to show that this is where the commission would be. Now, anywhere this I just gave a demo and to show the different currencies. But whoever is coming to a Zenny Power website, they will see it in their local currency around the world. So we've taken care of that. That's a big deal for us, right?
Hmm.
First thing you do when you log on is you look, it brings you to the website settings page. As I said before, when you sign up for Zenny, you upload your logo. So there's a logo here at the beginning, just ahead, kind of small on this one. You upload your banner screen. We had this orange banner that you saw before. We had that title that says, Welcome NFT lovers, up to 60% off on travel. Sign in for free. And then all the way at the end, you can connect your social medias and any policies we might have. You do not need to get any travel licenses since we already have those as a company, right? So we have all the licenses. We're based in New York City. You're a US based company. So we have all the license that you need to start up an online travel agency.
Now, with the licensing, is there any restrictions in terms of users from specific countries that can and cannot use it, or is the license international?
So you could, since we're a US based company, we
Hmm.
have licenses for all the US based jurisdictions that to sell travel anywhere around the world. Since it's an online website and you'll be a part of this US based company,
Okay,
right?
so you could be living, let's say, overseas in Europe and then still use the Zenny.com and then still be able to create your own travel
Sell travel
agency
all
and
around the
sell.
world
Okay,
under
perfect.
under your own brand. So you could just relabel this as your travel company.com.
.com, right?
This will be your website,
Hmm.
right? And then you would enter this here under the DNS tab. And from anywhere around the world, you could run your online travel agency. This is where you would enter your domain. Right now, we create one by default for you as a subdomain of Zenny.com. But you obviously would want to white label it and brand it as your own. So you would enter it here. Once you save this off, we'll create two CNAME records for you to add into your DNS server. So you could transfer, tell your DNS server that, hey, either GoDaddy or wherever you bought your domain name to point to Zenny, and we'll help you configure that. Second, so that's the first thing you do. Set up the website settings. Let's upload your logo, upload a banner, little messaging, a little welcome messaging, and enter your domain name if you have one. If you don't, you can always do it later. Second is we provided the wholesale rates for you. And let's say got you a hotel for $100 a night. If you add 5% markup, that means the price to the customer would show at $105. You could do that, and there's general recommendations what you would do. So here is our global markup setting. This is the second step you would do. And so what does that mean, right? So there's three ways to mark up something. So let's do, for example, give me a city that we wanted to look
You
at.
know, since it's a little bit cold, it's winter time. I think everyone's looking to escape the cold weather and go to someplace really warm. Let's head to Miami.
All
Let's
right,
try Miami.
I love it. It's cold here in New York myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a week in Miami. We're going to look up the pricing, and what shows since we're the agency owner or the agent. Wow, look at the price to this Ritz-Carlton.
Whoa, that's that's quite something.
That's wow, $4,000 a night at the Ritz right now. Really nice. Right, so we have some interesting pricings here. So so for example, I'm gonna take I personally like one hotel. There's one in New York. So we're gonna take a look at the pricings over here. All right. And then over here, we're gonna see on the bottom the difference pricing. So we're also gonna look at your travel agent. What online travel agency that we usually compare it to?
I think a lot of people use Expedia, right? So
Yeah,
let's
the
try
state.
Expedia.
Yeah, the states will use Expedia. International, you'll hear Booking a lot.
Hmm.
Um, Priceline, any of them, they're gonna have all similar prices. So let's definitely go to Miami and then let's compare the dates again. What dates we have? 19th to the 24th. Okay, and then we're just gonna look for uh one hotel, South Beach. So look, one hotel South Beach has an amazing deal, 42%
42%
off.
off.
That's amazing. So Expedia has a great sale on it right now. So let's select the room, right? And this is Expedia with 42% off sale. And so let's go ahead and reserve a room. We're just going to take this amazing deal with 42% off.
Perfect.
And the total price here comes up to $8,209.
For 5 nights for that one room.
Yep. So let's look at the same hotel, one hotel South Beach. All the fees comes out to a total of $6,560. Expedia had a 42% off sale, coming out total price of $8,200. And we had a price of, gosh, like how much is that?
Almost 2,000 less. So, and
Almost
that's with
$2,000 less.
42%.
So you could over here as another way to mark up and make more money because we have such a great deal. Even though Expedia had almost half off, 42%, you could even mark it off, let's say $1,500. The total price would be like 8 grand.
Hmm.
You'll save your friends $200 there. You
Yep.
just made $1,500 on this booking. You could send it and send it to you, Felix. So, wow, what
A
an
deal. Incredible.
amazing proposal with $1,500 markup, saving you $200, but making you $1,500 if you had this site, right?
Hmm.
And the best part is with this, now let's look at the Web3 stuff. You could pay for this hotel with crypto as well. You could obviously pay with debit or credit card, but now you're future-proofing your online travel agency, right? So
Yep.
now I just saved you money and I help you make money as well, right? Depending upon what angle you could buy for yourself and consume this hotel at great wholesale rate, or you could mark it up $1 billion if you wanted to.
Yeah, you have that ability or that freedom to mark it up based on
Oh,
what the other competitors are, but you're
right.
still doing it in a way where it's based on the whole price sale prices, which is really, really, those are like the baseline prices, and you're able to mark it up from there, what you feel the profit should be, and then still give your consumers a better deal than the rest of the other options out there.
Yeah, and just think about this was a South Beach hotel. It's summertime. It's winter time. You want to get away to
Hmm.
they're saying 42% off, but we still got them a lot better, right? And you can mark it up whatever. So this allows you to pay with crypto as well.
So let's
So
talk
now,
about that first, because a lot of people right now, you know how there's a lot people talking about, the what's the future of crypto, since there's a lot of regulations and so forth. And I like how you integrated it into your payment system, and especially how you future-proofed it. So right now, in terms of the payment process, is that BitPay that you're using that
this
allows
is
people to pay in all those different types of cryptocurrencies?
absolutely. So BitPay is one of our great partners we're using to transact and collect our payments. A lot of times people will ask me,
Hmm.
what if I pay with Bitcoin today at 41K, and then like, the flights or the hotel is for 2 months down the road, but 2 months later, Bitcoin is now at 80K.
Hmm.
But could I refund it and get my Bitcoin back and now it's worth 80K? No, no, that's not how it works. You get charged a price as it's translated in the back end to exact dollar value of
Right.
what you're getting. And when you get a refund and you want to cancel, you get it back at the original purchase price, not at what you paid with Ethereum or Bitcoin or ApeCoin or whatever coin you used to pay with it on the platform. So no getting around that one.
And they get refunded back in the cryptocurrency that they had originally paid with, right? Is that how it works?
They get paid the original, but for that value.
Right. Yes. So let's say that right now the trip is, let's say $6,200. They use Bitcoin and they use it to pay, which is point something of Bitcoin right now at since Bitcoin today is 41,000 roughly in that neighborhood. And then they decide to, like, let's say next week they'll be like, I want a refund. Then they would just get refund Bitcoin by the amount of 6,200, regardless of whatever the value of Bitcoin may be at that future time, right?
Correct, correct,
Right. Yeah, I
exactly.
think that's very important because a lot of people will be like, well, Bitcoin is now 80,000. So can
Right,
you, like, even though, like, can you give me that percentage of Bitcoin back, which is
right. I
unproportional
paid
to what you paid?
that my reservation. I paid point 0.1 Bitcoin for this
Right.
whole reservation. I want point 0.1 back. That's not how it works. You'll get the value back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that totally makes sense. I think it's very important to clarify that, especially when you have conversions that come in, and just to make sure that everybody is clear on that. And that's a fair system as well. You pay, you receive a refund back in terms of how much the value that you put forward, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so this is part one of where we are starting to have Web3 creep into the
Right.
system, right?
Are you
Uh,
finding that right now, from your experience, is what percentage that you would say that people are using to pay to use BitPay and pay in crypto versus the
it's not
traditional way?
it's not a large percentage, but
Hmm.
it's starting to creep up there as the industry grows, as regulation gets clarity and a lot
Mass
of it.
adoption starts to come around the corner, right? Yeah.
Exactly. We're finding that also this is great for folks in Latin America and African countries that we have talking to us and putting up their online travel agencies. This
Hmm.
is great for them because a lot of them it's strange. They don't have credit cards and stuff, but they'll have crypto, right? So this is
Yeah.
kind of interesting out there in the non-developed countries.
So
So
with that, you highlighted a very important point before we move on to the next part of the demo is with especially Latin America. And you mentioned the other one was it Africa that you mentioned that was really highly into
a lot of countries in Africa.
underdeveloped. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so would you say, let's say that, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm really interested in creating my own travel agency with Xeni, but I'm also at the same time looking for the best places where I can market my products and services. Is that what you're finding is a lot of the agency owners, for example, that's where they're looking towards, is kind of like the underdeveloped countries that they're looking to market to, as a way to, especially from the crypto side, to get them on board to use their own white label service when it comes to travel and tourism services that they could provide through Xeni. Is that what you're seeing here? Because I'm trying to help out the entrepreneur who's going to be using Xeni to create their own travel agency, and help them kind of break through into certain marketplaces, and which one would be the most feasible, especially that would open things up to using crypto, and really push the adoption foot forward as well.
No, absolutely. We're enable you around the world to have
Hmm.
your own travel business online. And the underdeveloped countries, obviously, they might not have, they have a lot of disjointed travel agents logo. They're still using a lot of mom and pop shops to book travel. And what could help you fuel those stores that they may have. And we have like a bunch of people around the world that have a storefront for a travel agency.
Hmm.
Now Xeni as a backend to book travel and to manage their customers as well. You could actually in our platform sell experiences around the world. And we talked about South America. I just looked at Argentina for the first time. Now I could see different places that you could go, different things you could do. That I even look at it as pretty cool stuff like whale watching. I just saw like this cruises, a shore
Oh yeah,
excursion.
there is, and all
There's
this
some
stuff could be booked through Xeni,
any
right?
anybody that has a Xeni powered website,
Right.
you could you could sell this online and go ahead and select a travel and just pick that and check the availabilities or certain dates, and then you could just book it, right? You add your mission on top or at a global markup level, you do that. So we did the global markup level, we did a custom markup level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now when we go into the clients tab, these are all the people that logged into. You could go into the actions for each client, and these are all folks that's coming to my website for booking a demo. You could actually mark up at a user level. So maybe your brother, your sister, your mom and dad, you could put at 0% family, and then you could have the rich uncle, you put him at 20%. He's the big whale that you know. So now you could tier
Yeah.
out different logins with different
Based on
different
customer profiles. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very keeps things organized, right? Especially when you're looking to have a good idea of like how your customer base is really tiered off and sectioned off.
Yeah, and then you can make a client an agent, and you can make an agent, restricted or non-restricted agent,
Hmm.
and we'll talk a little bit about that. So you can see all your bookings. So all the folks that have traveled on your platform, you could see what they book and where they book to, and on the platform and how much commission you earn, whether they paid with crypto or credit card, and you can see all the statuses here. I won't go into because this is real live bookings right
Oh,
now.
these are real life bookings. Okay. Do you have an example where
But
remember this?
proposals are just proposals. I
Okay.
just did a demo right before this that I marked up $10 billion for this kayaking trip, right? And she was like, "Wow, I could do that in Daytona. Where is this one? This is in Daytona Beach activity.
Hmm.
So it's really cool stuff. You could have activities around the world, where where you could look to sell travel hotels like so now it's great because you could have in one portal uh all the emails that you sent out and where to and from and it's tracked. And then when you sent out these proposals, let's see the proposal I sent out to you before. So this I sent to you, Felix, was for the one hotel South Beach.
Oh yeah, the one
That
in Miami.
this is the one that look Amazing proposal with I put in the subject, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a $1,500 markup, but it's still cheaper than your Expedias and the price lines out there, right? But it's still $200 cheaper, and they could book directly from the link, ask you to find an in the deal, or they ask you to book for them. If you're a storefront and people are paying cash to you, you could put it on your credit card or your crypto
Yeah.
and book.
Extremely seamless, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really,
Very
really.
very easy to navigate from both the business side and then also from the consumer side as well, where they're able to make the purchase. You had mentioned, I remember with the hashtags and the the
So all
transparency
the
that we talked about. I know this is some of the information here is actually real clients, so obviously we won't go into that. But do you have like a sample where you could pull up, for example, the the transaction hashtag, and
yeah.
that way that the viewers have an idea of how all of this visibility and transparency actually shows up, and the importance of that, especially today in the in the Web3 space and in the travel industry as well. So yeah, I'll let you show
So
a
these are a
visual of
couple of
that.
bookings. Yeah, absolutely. Great question. These are a couple of bookings that were made here, just hiding the names, right?
Hmm.
They paid with credit card here. I think the
Okay.
first one is me. I'm going to ETH Denver. This is going to be for me, ETH Denver. This is for me
Okay.
myself. So the transaction is actually recorded on the blockchain, right? For this reservation. And then it's all encrypted, of course, and you can see all the data here on the Hedera blockchain itself.
Hmm.
So similar to Etherscan, this is using Hedera's Hashscan. Um, we're partnered with Hedera on the platform. They've been a great supporter of us, so we're using their blockchain for these, and then we have a payment rails as a Xeni Pay system that's also on the Hedera chain for accounting as well for the ecosystem payments. So it's really great. We have the Red 3 wells, and in the future, um, I'm not sure if I should discuss, but these reservations, eventually will end up somewhere as a NFT token to be tradable. We haven't launched that portion of the website yet, but in the future it'll be there. So it's pretty we're pretty excited about that stuff. So probably sometime by second half of this year we'll have something like that, but that may or may not happen. I can't do any
Okay.
forward
Because I
about
was going to
that.
ask you, are you
Yeah.
able to elaborate in terms of the NFT marketplace and how that would work? But right now, as you mentioned, it's still in the process, so there's no 100% confirmation yet. So
There's no
probably best.
confirmation. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So it'll be
absolutely.
best when, let's say that when you do launch it, we'd love you to have you come back on the podcast and then share that side because I think that side is really, really exciting because it allows the end user or the consumer to really be able to control how their bookings can be sold and resold in a marketplace, right? That's pretty much the basics of it. Is that
Absolutely.
right? So yeah,
Ab-
we could touch on that when it's been finalized and it's actually been out there, so that people could actually use it and actually you could show how everything works. But yeah, that's exciting stuff. Is you have a lot
It
more
is.
control and the visibility in terms of having the transaction show up on the Hedera blockchain is absolutely key because that shows the authentication or confirmation that these transactions exist, right? Rather than just just taking people's words for it that they own such and such. But here it validates that purchase confirmation.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're working with a lot of different partners to get this up and ready. So until that happens, know that it's on the roadmap.
Hmm.
Time frame is not exactly sure because there's a lot of it's not a lot of legalities and stuff that we're just really making sure that we're
Making
not
sure everything is in place
so
right before
sure.
you officially
Yeah,
release it. Yeah, which totally makes
e-
sense. It's for the protection of everybody involved, right, from the consumer all the way
exactly,
through to the company
exactly.
itself. So yeah, when you have that ready, that'd be awesome to have you come back and share that, David. So in terms of right now, your ideal. So let's look at it from two sides. So you have your people who want to create their own white label travel agency.
And they
What?
could show they could show, let's say they just want to do the activities part. They
Right.
just so the activities from Argentina, anywhere around the world,
Mm-hmm.
right? You could just advertise the portions we want. Eventually we'll have cruises as well. So I think everybody knows about hotels and car rentals and airlines. The activities part for me is the most fun. So we were looking at
Yeah, it gives
Miami.
you things to
Or
do.
yeah, it gives
So
you things to do.
So
Go ahead.
somebody who is very interested and they want to, let's say they join Xeni and they want to start offering their own travel and tourism offers. For from your point of view, what types of partnerships or people that would make ideal, let's say, agency owners, especially with Xeni, when you take in the kind of dual perspective of people targeting, this um, customers that are comfortable with the traditional way of doing business, but also now you're looking at a consumer base that is also Web3 and crypto aware. So, like, what type
Right.
of is what would it be like a younger generation person that would be very interested in this, or like what have you found so that we could the listeners we could direct them your way and then have them
Yeah.
on board a lot easier.
Traditionally in folks in the travel space are
Hmm.
really let's how do I say this nicely? They have a lot of gray hair. Folks
Okay,
in
yeah.
the travel agency have been there forever. They've been doing it
Hmm.
forever. They're more mature. They're ingrained in the travel space. So your traditional travel agent is not a Gen Z. They're not a young person, right?
Hmm.
Uh, but because we have all these Web3 rails on there, and we're uh, focusing on the Web3 aspects at Zenny to build this out to be not just a Web2 company, but to build out the Web3 aspects of it. You're seeing a lot of folks in the Web3 space using us as a perk, right? So we have NFT projects that are using us. We have as a perk for being a part of their NFT community to get access to wholesale rates on their Zenny platform.
Okay, that makes
We
sense.
we have um, organizations that are using this as a additional source of income. Any
Hmm.
business, really. But since I'm the founder of Blockchain NFT Crypto Network, we do in real life communities primarily in New York City, but other cities as well. So we have that space, and we have those people that's looking for a side hustle, for to make some extra money on the side. Because anybody could do this, and you don't need any licenses because we hold all the licenses required to start an
Right.
agency in the States, right? One of the cool things here is like anybody can start this off in 5 minutes. All you need is a computer, internet connection, just to keep tabs on things. Once you set it up, it's pretty straightforward, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, One of the amazing parts is you become Google of your platform. So anybody that logged into your website, you could see where they search, when they search, and how they search. So you could say, "Oh, David, I noticed you've been searching Argentina or Miami in this time frame for this hotel. Have you thought about these activities? Have you thought about that hotel instead of this hotel because it's such a great deal at the one hotel?"
Yeah,
Right? We
so
just
based on this data here, you're able to send them recommendations on their most recent searches,
exactly.
right?
I
Mm-hmm.
noticed you've been looking at Miami, but did you think of Fort Lauderdale close by? They have this really great event, or now you can market based on the data you have based on search
Mm-hmm.
patterns. So you can
That's very
market
interesting.
all built into the platform. It's really a set it, forget it. It's really easy, and so I'm
That's
gonna
really
log out
personalized.
quickly, and just to show the customer view, as I log in as a customer to the platform, right? All it's very simple. All you see is this, and as a customer, all I want to know is how much am I paying for the flight, hotel, or car rental, right? And
Very
then look for
simple dashboard to navigate.
yeah, all it
Mm-hmm.
is, and we'll just look over here, and you don't see the wholesale rate, you don't see the agency markup, you don't see. All I see is the price I pay, and then once I click on it, let's say this Ritz-Carlton, right? I'm gonna look at the Ritz-Carlton here. I'll look at the different hotels. There's a bunch of hotels that's gonna come up because I know Ritz has a bunch of them. I'll just go ahead and select that Ritz-Carlton hotel. All I care about is the price. There's no custom markup. Yeah, I just pay that price. Crypto credit card. Boom, I'm good to go. And
Yeah, it's
that's it.
really, really fast. So I
And
love this, the easy, it's very user friendly on both sides. So, without even coding experience, in less than a couple
right,
minutes,
right.
somebody could come in from any level of experience and create their own, travel business in a matter of minutes, right? And from the consumer side, all it is a dashboard showing pretty much all your purchases and transactions and the details that are really relevant to the consumer and all they want to know. So very, very easy on both sides there. So right now, this going back to what we had talked about in terms of the type of ideal, let's say, people or users from both the consumer base and also from the from people who are looking to start their own travel and tourism agency with Xeni. So you're finding that having this as an extra perk, especially partnering up, it seems, with a lot of, let's say, NFT or crypto communities and offering and having them offer that to their user base. That seems to be very effective in terms of helping you grow Xeni and really help get out there. So, I like to point that towards your direction as well. So there's anybody that, people are watching that have their own ecosystem or Web3 projects or crypto projects, make sure to get in touch with David, because this is absolutely something that, not only the founding team could use, but also the community that they foster can use as well, because everybody travels. Everybody is looking for the best rates when it comes to hotels, cars, activities, and so forth related to travel and tourism. And this the demo that you had laid out, gives all the benefits to everyone involved, right? Especially people in the Web3 space and who are actively using crypto. Now they have the ability to actually take their crypto and use it for something, as opposed to this purely trading it. So here now it becomes, the use cases, it becomes a method of payment, right? Where there's actually something tangible on the other side that they receive. And I think that's absolutely so key, especially right now as we look to have, crypto and Web3 reach the masses. It needs to have real use cases where the everyday user who doesn't have all day to study the nuances of Web3 and crypto be able to get involved in this new technology and do it as simple and seamlessly as possible.
Yeah, that's great. And so So we have a special today. Thank you, Felix, for having me online. Our rates, the way we make money at Xeni is we have two plans. One's a basic plan to get you set up. It's $49 a month. That doesn't have the flights. All right, you can build a sales team up to 5 people and have up to 500 travelers. Or the one with
Awesome.
the flights goes up to 50 sales agents and 5,000 travelers. But because we're friends with Felix over here and all the followers that's watching this podcast, if you reach out to me at david@xeni.com or on Twitter
We'll leave your email in the description as well for this video, so anyone could access it.
or I'm the NFT farmer on Twitter, um, you
We'll
could
put
try.
that too as well.
Yeah, but we try this for free. But because you're watching this podcast, reach out to me via email or Twitter. Email would be right because david@xeni.com. That's xeni.com. We'll give members um 50% off
Wow.
this premium monthly deal for you to start your own business and uh, work your way to financial freedom here with building your online business. That's 50% off the premium package only, and that's a huge deal. And you can see that with that one reservation where we made $1,500 just on that one reservation.
Oh, that would cover for a year easily, right?
Easily make that money back, no problem. So, and that's for all you and your followers here and folks that see this podcast. Again, we're excited to partner with you guys here and look forward to growing the travel industry and make it travel more efficient here.
I love that. Well, first of all, thank you for the exclusive offer to our audience, David. That's absolutely exciting there. 50% off. So you heard it here, everybody. Make sure to get in touch with David. We're going to leave his email and his Twitter handle in the description. So get in touch with David. He'll hook you up with this deal here, 50% off. And yeah, work your way to financial freedom and be, one of the people who takes their lives and especially in the entrepreneur space to the next level and be the pioneers of Web3 and crypto as well. So I'm very happy that you and I had the opportunity to chat today, David. So before we conclude things, there's some last questions here that that I'd love to hear your insights on. So you shared that special offer. That's incredible. Make sure everyone who's
It's
watching, make sure to
Christmas.
grab
We're
it.
feeling Christmassy, right? Or
Exactly.
maybe
I love that Christmas is every day, and especially when with Zenny and David here, it could be
this is
Christmas for
usually
all the viewers
for
too.
giving.
50% off. Yep. Get in touch with David. So here's some last questions before we end the podcast. So we just started 2024. So what are your predictions and forecasts for the travel space as it relates to the impact of Web3 and crypto on the industry? Like, how do you see things unfolding, let's say over the next 12 months, right?
Oh man, like tokenizing all these assets, like there's hotels and airlines, it's happening already. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like it's happening, and so that's exciting for us when things are tokenized. It's on chain, and we're able to sell it and transfer it. A lot of this stuff there still has to be legal ramifications around currently today on transferring assets for one person to own a reservation to the next. So that those details need to be the
That's
rocks
correct.
hammered out.
Yeah,
Um,
so that's like the regulation that the entire industry, by the way, is not just the travel industry. The entire industry, when it comes
yeah,
to
yeah.
Web3 and
So
crypto, is undergoing international, global regulation. So when we
we
get more
we're
clarity,
not
we'll see that.
yeah, we're working on interesting ways ourselves through technology and how we're going to sell these things.
Hmm.
Uh, and so that's exciting. We'll see what happens in the future. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be growth in this space, whether it be the suppliers, that the consolidators or distributors or direct from the hotels, the airlines, the car rentals, and the activities. All these assets, they're assets, right? Reservations is an asset. How that's going to be put on chain, how it's going to be used in the future from directly from the source and from the third party distributors. That's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
there's a lot of exciting changes, right? So yeah, and we're a big part of it too. So you're obviously rewriting history with Zenny and your impact and disruption in the Web3 space and the travel and tourism industry. So yeah, we'll see how everything unfolds, but it's
We just want
all
to help
the
people make money and help people save money. So
exactly
have
and
a
improve
little fun
people's
doing it
lives,
at
right?
the same time.
I
So
love that. I love
excited.
that.
Visit us at Xeni.com and reach out to me at David at Xeni. Happy to show you a demo. We'll bring our team in. We're headquartered in New York City. So if you're around in New York City, come by our office. Happy to have you have a coffee with us. Let me show you how you could make some money online.
That's excellent. And one of the things is everyone there's docs, right? Because that's been a big issue in terms of the Web3 spaces. There's a lot of anonymity. But here, as you see David, he's live with us in person. You could speak to him, you could contact him. He'll hop on a call with you, show you the demo. You could ask him questions in real time, and even meet the team over at Xeni as well. So that's something that's very important that we pride ourselves as well, that we bring on and do partnerships with guests that, with total transparency where everybody is doxed as well. And I think that's absolutely key in terms of, pushing the mass adoption of Web3 and crypto technology moving forward. Is important to, have people understand that there's actually real people behind this and not just an NFT profile, for example, that represents that person, but here's like a real person that you could talk to and
We
interact
have
with.
a great founding team in Sachin Narode
Hmm.
and our president Rachel Shane and head of blockchain, and we have some big names on our team, there's a great partner of ours, the Hedera blockchain, the Hedera Foundation. So they've been very generous with us as well. So
Yeah,
I'd like
tons
to
of
thank
support there.
all those folks, and we look forward to growing all communities out there. So look forward to working with you guys.
That is awesome. Well, David, thanks for coming on the podcast and giving us a detailed look into how Xeni works and how it's rewriting history as we speak by disrupting the entire travel and tourism industry moving forward. So make sure to follow David and check out Xeni.com. And for those who are looking to book their next vacation flight, or for the entrepreneurs who want to start up their own travel agency in less than a few minutes. And also, David has shared something very exclusive with you, 50% off. Make sure to contact him. And then you could find those links in the description below. So with that, that'd be awesome if you could show support for our YouTube channel by smashing the like button and subscribing to our YouTube channel and turn on the notifications bell to see more Web3 experts on the podcast as we release new episodes every week. And with that, see you
All
in
right,
the next one.
all right, peace. Sorry about that.
Awesome.